Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brandon Cohen YouTube channel, and today I have a little bit of rig diagnostics. I don't know what's going on with the rig behind this fan. This is one of my oldest rigs, so the first thing I always do whenever I have an issue with the rig, I power it down and just go and take a look at it. So this fan is in the way. I'm gonna clip that little zip tie, cut that out, and then take a look and see if I can't visually see anything. Also, another good thing that you can do is smell the power supply, smell around the cards. Do you smell any like burning plastic kind of smells? That's normally not a good sign. So let me get that out of the way. All right, guys, so this is the rig. I always had to keep a fan in front of this one because this is the older style octo miner that puts the cards really close to each other. This thing is super dusty. Some of these cards, like this one right here, is a 1070 Ti that's been mining straight for almost 4 years. The original CPU cooler died on that, so I just plugged in a little Intel cooler and put it above it, and that CPU doesn't need much to keep it cool. Now visually, I check all my connections at the wires. Do we have anything that looks charred or burned? Nope. Both sides look good. The power supply does power up. All the cards power on, but for some reason it does not connect to Hive. So the next thing is I try to look for, yep, we got a good solid 12.3 volts. Looks like almost all the cards are getting power or gonna get power. Let's see. Oh, this one on the end actually isn't doing anything. See that? It's interesting. We are getting connectivity, but that 5700 is not doing something. Sometimes it does take a while for some cards to spin up the fans. That card right there is not spinning fans either. This card is, that one's not. Interesting. Very interesting. I may need to pull this bad boy out of here and check it out. CPU fan is working, or well, the makeshift CPU fan's working. Let me go look at Hive and see what it says. Alright, so when I check on it on Hive, it's not connecting. Offline for 4 hours. There was no like ETH. Like normally it'll have like a graph if it's mined anything. And so it's like blipping on and then coming back off, and then it stays off. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. Alright, so it's not showing up on Hive, and the next thing I typically do is I'll plug in a monitor, which this board has a VGA, and I have one of these little mini monitors. People always ask me if or how do I, do I have monitors for all my rigs? Nope, I just use this one. It's got VGA and HDMI, so it's basically, it can work with about anything. And then I have an HDMI adapter, so for DVI, in case I run into stuff like that. But I'm gonna power it up and see if we can't get any kind of display out of here and see what's going on with it. So we just plugged her in. Having like a big old monitor is kind of a pain, so a little one every now and then to plug in and just see what it's doing is nice. I'll put a link down below for these. They're on Amazon. They were like 30 bucks, but with the daggone how everything's going, they're probably more than that now. They do need external power though, so you got to plug them in. They got a little power brick. Well, we got video, so that's a good start. It's just kind of hanging up on the logo. It doesn't typically do that. We'll watch and see what happens. Oh man. Hopefully we don't have a board issue here. This octo miner has been very good to me over the years. I hate to see it go, but I'd understand out of anything for that motherboard to go. It's just, that was one of the Generation 1 pre-orders from Octominer. If any OGs back in the day have one, it was kind of a big deal when they first came out. Now they just sell a bunch of, in my opinion, like really expensive stuff that isn't exactly beginner friendly. And not that it's not like plug and play, it's just they price themselves out of like inventor or beginner card or beginner miners. Well, that doesn't look good. She's just hanging on the old logo, so I'm gonna go ahead and take all the cards out, and then power it down and power it back up to see if I can get the board to at least power up by itself and to rule out any kind of power issues. And while I have those out, we'll be able to see the plugs that power the Octominer on the back side of the Octominer. So bear with me 1 second, let's pull these bad boys out. Alright guys, so now that all the cards are unplugged, I was going to check these back connectors. Sorry, my video skills aren't on point. All the back connectors seem pretty good, so let's power it back up with no cards in it. If I can hit the button, there we go. And let's see if we boot up now. It's trying. Still taking too long though. Normally it's already past it by that point. Super dusty. I don't have any compressed air here on hand, but I may want to grab some. We may have a power supply issue. I don't know. The power supply looks pretty good. I'm trying to look at these cables. Are any of these nothing smells burnt. Normally if you have a charred cable, you will be able to smell it. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll power this down. I'm going to pop out the CMOS battery. We'll give that time. I'm going to unplug it and let that CMOS reset. But as of right now, I'm not feeling it. I'm going to unplug this USB also, just because. I don't think that's got anything to do with it, but yeah. Let's fire it back up. Something does not seem right. We do have solid 12 volts, right? Yeah, 12.3. These guys don't need a CMOS battery in there to run. Sure enough, it ain't acting like it's wanting to run, so, huh. With that USB unplugged, it doesn't want to do anything. I guess we'll try plugging that back in. We had more success of it starting up a minute ago. Uh-oh. She may have given up the ghost, I'm not sure. But I have another power supply. I'm going to pull this all out of here and bring it over to my test bench and see if we can't get it working. So, bear with me and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I put this over on my test bench. I previously had that board running over here, just testing some cards out and stuff. But this one is on a verified. This is actually a newer power supply, newer breakout board, doesn't have a lot of time on it. So we got her plugged in. We're gonna go ahead and plug in this monitor right here. And I had Ethernet over here. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So we got Ethernet right there, if I can plug that in one-handed. Okay, so let's power it on. Fan spinning. Do we get any display? Ah. No display. Like cut off. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa! What's happening? It's hanging on boot. I don't think it's passing post or power on self-test. It's something is going on and it's hanging up. Potentially a dust issue, but I don't know if that's the case. I'm gonna get me some cleaner and clean this board off, but as of right now, I'm gonna pronounce it temporarily dead. This board has done me very, very well. It was actually one of my favorite boards. If you look right here, got the old Octo Miner. So this is a legit boy, and this was a pre-order before Octo Miner was selling anything back in the day. I want to say that I paid like, I don't know, $199 for this thing back in 2017, and yeah, I wish they would go back to like selling individual boards like this. So for me to get a solid, you know, 4-something plus years on it, and this board ran pretty much non-stop. Even when I slowed down and I kind of cut back on mining, this is the board that I was using. So she's earned her weight for sure. But yeah, if I have any updates on this, I'll definitely make another video. But I think maybe cleaning it, and I don't know if I know anybody with a tank big enough to like dunk this. I don't know. Any thoughts or ideas, please drop it down below. Always stinks to see a motherboard go like this, but luckily I just got another one in to replace it. And let me hold these side by side just to show you guys. So this is the S37, I believe. Yeah, it's the one with green slots, and look how much longer it is. Like side by side, the slot spacing is better. It's hard to tell from right here, but it is better. The cards definitely have a little bit more breathing room, and with these motherboards you don't have to necessarily have a fan in front of them because they have enough room in between them to actually circulate some kind of air. So that's probably what I'm going to be replacing it with. I don't even think you can buy these old boards anymore. This is the Octo Miner B8 Plus. So is there any kind of come with a 1-year warranty? I should hit him up and be like, yo, whoa, what is that? See that right there? It's like wet. Like thermal pad's been leaking, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this thing off. It might come back to life. Oh my god, look at the dust bunnies up in there. Alright guys, so for real, I'll see you on the next one. Sorry to have a video with basically no conclusion. Bum bum bum. Later guys. Alright guys, so total rookie move, and there is a conclusion to this video. If you made it this far, then you get to see it. Oh man. Oh, excuse me. Oh man. So I did what I always tell people to do, but I did it very last. I pulled the RAM out, just literally wiped the stick of RAM off and put it back in there, and now she's posting, she's acting normal. So I guess it's time for me to put all of this back together, because yeah, it runs. Wow, I can't believe that. Anyway, peace out, and I don't even know what to name the title of this video anymore. Wow, I am such a noob. Later guys.